What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at Romero, the Spurs centre-back, who is now an 84 rated card. It's gone up a lovely +2 and obviously a good inform to have a look at. He is Prem, relatively pacey, good defending, great physicals, and even a little bit of passing, nothing too deadly. But let's look into him. He's a 3-star skiller, 2-star weak foot. He is right-footed with the low high, and he is standing at 6'1" with no traits. So if we are looking at him then, so good acceleration, it is higher than his sprint speed, so we can deal with that. The guy we've bought him off has put an anchor on him. He's coming in at just under, or just over in fact, 50k on the Xbox. Short passing is 73, not the greatest in the world, but again, I've seen a hell of a lot worse. Agility balance is actually not bad for a centre-back. Composure's just on the good portion. Reactions is good, solid 85. We've got good ball control to an extent for a centre-back, and then the physicality and defending is pretty nice. So you would argue straight off the bat that this guy deserves a shadow. Gives him 88 pace, turned him into a 90 rated centre-back with 93 defending and 88 pace. So you'd obviously get the 92 acceleration and the 85 sprint speed. So again, you'd have incredible acceleration from him, plus some relatively good agility and balance. So I can imagine, I've used his gold card quite a couple of times at the start of the game, so he wasn't actually that bad of a centre-back, mixing him with Joe Gomez. We are going to do the same again today. We're going to look at him with Joe Gomez, but then we're also looking at another striker up front who will be either before or after this review. So let's jump into Romero and see, is he worth 50,000 coins? Depay making that run, finds him ahead. What can we find? Straight across goal, and Mendy's going to do it, but Danjuma is nearly going to get it. Depay into a bit of Sancho, looking for the Depay again, finds the spin, goes for the finesse, and Mendy with a cracking save. And I don't know if that was meant to be a foul. Finds Depay on that. Rudiger's not going to be able to do enough. Oh, Depay trying. Can we get it back to him? Turns, left foot finesse. Good save, Mendy. Maybe try kind of... Oh, okay, the ball's still going. Need to get used to that. But I need to potentially go for more of a straight shot there and see if that has any difference or impact. Oh, he's just juked it through, but a beautiful one-leg save from, obviously, Mendy. And again, he comes out. Maybe go for a chip instead there. Romero recovering from Depay, finds the back post, and that's a solid save from Lloris. Caught completely open at the back post there. Hey, Depay picks up the empties. Lovely little finesse from Foden, and then Depay is just in the right place at the right time. Romero chasing Jesus, and I completely miss him out there. But again, lovely, lovely defending. Go for the kind of shot to hopefully make him kind of play it a little bit early, and it absolutely works. Romero pushing over. It's a good block from Gomez, and what on earth is that keeping? So going into the overall for Romero then. Honestly, I don't know why I keep calling that. I think it was Romero. Honestly, not a bad guy. Not a bad centre-back at all. If you are looking just specifically Prem only, then obviously the likes of Virgil, Varane are going to be your top two. Always. That's just naturally going to be the top two that are going to be in the game for the rest of the game, to be honest. Then you're looking at the likes of potential Laporte, Ruben. Maybe you take out a bit of pace, you add a little bit of defending and physical. Works a little bit. Rudiger probably is coming up with Joe Gomez. I think Joe Gomez is obviously third. But then you're looking at Romero, to be honest. You could argue that Joe Gomez is in with Virgil and Varane as kind of like a third. Then you're looking at Rudiger and Romero as a close kind of fourth and fifth. So the increase of him has definitely put him at least in the top four. And then it's kind of just the debate, do you prefer Gomez? Obviously has better pace on the base, but it doesn't have as good physicality. And obviously the defending is a couple under as such. So I think he is most definitely a very good centre-back for the Prem. Obviously coming in at 51 at the moment, which will drop down as we go through more promos. But most definitely not a card to be snuffed at. I really think that he can do some wonders in your team. And I think for 50k even then, that isn't bad for a Premier League centre-back that is coming in the top four. Obviously for right now, in a couple of weeks' time, we could get a Virgil and Varane special, and there you go. He's literally completely out the races. But for obviously the price that you're paying, I don't think it's a bad card at all. But in terms of what you can do with this card then, so obviously you've got the Argentinian links. I think other than obviously the top, you've obviously got Martinez, Gomez, obviously got Martinez, the goalkeeper, very, very good goalkeeper this year. Correa could be put as a DM. You've got Acuna, who obviously can get some upgrades. DePaul with a one to watch. Tagliafico lost it a little bit this year, but again, you've got plenty of specials you can get where they're hitting 87, 88, 89, so most definitely not one to really kind of just miss out on just yet. But I think most definitely the links are going to be there. For Spurs, I suppose you have got Son, but you'd need kind of more of a cam card, if anything, so you can obviously put him as a DM. Other than that, obviously we play with Lloris in net, so it's fantastic link there. And Ndombele ain't terrible this year, same with Lucas Moura as a kind of like a budget starter. Even Davinson Sanchez isn't necessarily awful as a budget centre-back when you're not spending any money. And same with Reguilón. I personally prefer Tyranny, but again, he's not necessarily awful at the game. So overall for me, Romero is coming in probably just above average in terms of centre-backs. I think I'd be happy to give him like a 7.8, maybe even stretching up to an 8 out of 10, depending on obviously how the next few weeks go. He may drop down a little bit in terms of rating compared to an informed Joe Gomez, an informed Rudiger. They may actually take him over depending on how distributed their stats are, because obviously the agility balance on this card is fantastic for a centre-back most definitely. 82 composure could do with some work, but it is just an 84 rated card. So it could be interesting to see where this card kind of lies, because we haven't really had anything from him. He's 23 years old. Other than last year, we had him for obviously Atlanta. He got himself a silver star, 2 informs, and then obviously a team of the season. We haven't really had too much to go by what he can actually produce as such. So overall, I'm going to give him a solid 7.8. We will be kind of keeping a close eye on what he can do, and hopefully, who knows, we may see some really good cards coming on in the future from this guy, and we'll have a look at the review. But other than that, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you for the next one. Peace.